everybody, this is Dr. Carolina Kuepper-Tetzel from the Learning Scientists. Welcome to my office hours and welcome to 2020. So, as you might know, I have changed my institution. I started a new job as an assistant professor at the School of Psychology at the University of Glasgow. And whenever you join a new institution, it always means new teaching as well. While new teaching can be dreadful, it can also be an opportunity to implement some new teaching activities. And today, in today's office hours, I would like to share 2 new activities that I have implemented for Year 1 students in very large lectures. So both of those activities involve retrieval practice, space practice, and elaboration. So for the first one, I have changed the way I conclude my lectures. So instead of giving students a summary of my lecture in form of take-home messages, I'm now giving them take-home questions. So it's exactly the same content, but just formulated as questions. And the reason why I'm doing this is it keeps them thinking about the topic. If you see a question, they start thinking about what could be the answer. But most importantly, I tell my students that this could be a starting point for their revision of the material of the lecture. So when they sit down to do some studying of the material, this could be a starting point. Start with those take-home questions first. Try to remember the information, remember that knowledge from memory first, and then only look at your material, your notes, the slides, the textbooks, to get additional information or feedback on what you have retrieved. Students have commented very positively and reacted very positively for this strategy, and they embrace the guidance that they get from answering those questions at home. It gives them a good starting point, as I said, because maybe you get students to write down, okay, I'm going to study a specific topic or lecture on that day, but then that can be a very abstract goal. But giving the opportunity to say, okay, on that day I will sit down and just answer those questions first. That's much more concrete and it's much more likely for them to actually do the studying. And it's more effective, as we know, because it involves retrieval practice. And the second aspect of activity that I implemented are some critical thinking tasks where I give them a quote or a piece of information that is somehow connected with the lecture that I gave, and I ask them to write a short statement. So they have a week, and I ask them to write a short reflection statement on it. And I use Google Forms for them to submit their answers. I did this for the first time yesterday after I gave a lecture on philosophy of science, and we talked about Karl Popper and falsificationism. And I gave them a quote and said, what's your reflection on this? Reflect on this on the basis of what we learned so far. And I just peeked into the answers, and they are amazing. And I can use this as a starting point for the next lecture. Okay, that's from my side. I hope this was helpful, and I see you next time. Bye.